so much for clicking on the video. It is kind of weird that you're not only seeing me, there's someone else next to me.
It's me too. It's not a reflection. I'm not her twin.
We look exactly the same, but... So I am here in New York City. It is my last night. I actually have a flight going out in 2 hours. I'm really sad. Meg has been the best host in the whole world. And if you guys don't already know her, this is Meg Squats. She is insanely strong. She'll call you guys all her strong friends.
Yeah. So I'm Meg Squats. I'm also a YouTuber and I'm a powerlifter. If you don't know what a powerlifter is, I compete in competitions where we test the squat, bench, and deadlift. I train for that and that's my main focus in the fitness industry. So on my channel, I talk about getting strong, some of the things that strength competitors and people who are chasing strength experience, and how you can overcome any of the obstacles that we sometimes see. And that's pretty much it.
So I'm so excited to have her because I know a lot of things I talk about is fighting that fear of weight gain. And I know for me in my life, I wanted to prioritize getting strong. Also just in the mental health portion of it, allowing myself to gain fat if needed to get that muscle mass that I do want. And also just gaining flexibility in my life. And having been with Meg for the last 3 days, it's really cool to see that she really just has such a flexible life and she's super strong. So today we're going to talk about that, how to overcome that fear and really get to your goals, which is flexibility in life overall. And a lot of it, obviously, since we are in the fitness world, we like to be fit and gain muscle to overcome the fear of gaining weight while trying to gain the muscle that we want. The first thing that I kind of want to talk about is evaluating what your priorities are. So what is your priority? For me, personally, my priority had been first always to kind of fight my eating disorder and allow myself to gain weight to get to the point of wanting to build that muscle that I always wanted to do. And in doing that, I really had to stop wanting to be lean so badly all the time. In wanting to be lean so badly, I restricted food, I restricted everything about my life, and in the gym, I was pushing and pulling the tiniest amount of weight because my body didn't have the energy or the stature or any amount of body fat to be able to sustain getting any growth.
Right. I think priorities are super important. As we all go throughout our fitness journeys, our priorities will change, where I think a lot of us start some kind of fitness journey and we're like, okay, I want to lose fat, I want to get ripped, maybe lose a little bit of weight. And then once you reach that goal, you kind of are always looking for the next step. So you may have lost the amount of body fat that you want to, but now you want to put on some mass like you wanted to do. For me, I am very self-aware that my goal and my priority is always strength. And that is so important to me that I don't think about how my body looks. Of course, I'm a human woman and I think about it, but I understand that my priority is strength and that always comes first. Sometimes that means for me gaining a little bit of weight, gaining a little bit of fat. I'm okay with that because I'm so confident in how strong I am, and getting stronger makes me personally happy. That doesn't really bother me as much as it would if I didn't fully understand my priority.
And when you prioritize something, it's important to commit to it. So when I decided that I'm just gonna let go of trying to be lean, I've stuck with that till this day. So since that pageant, you guys know I did a pageant back in November and I've gained about 10 to 15 pounds since then. And I remember at that time being very addicted to being small and being lean. I remember just feeling so tired, having no energy. No matter how small I got, I wanted to be smaller and smaller. That addiction, I wanted to just get out of that mindset because it never ends. I knew it was never gonna end for me and I was going backwards, definitely going back into my eating disorder behaviors. Since then, I have chosen to prioritize mental health gains in terms of not being addicted to that leanness and then truly wanting to gain strength and muscle. So I've chosen to commit to that, and even to this day, sometimes I have days where I wake up and I'm like, you know what, I really wanna lean out. But then I quickly let the healthier part of me come back in and kind of combat that. My eating disorder part of me doesn't have to zoom in and try to correct what's going on with my body. There's nothing to fix. And so I let that healthy portion of myself talk with that eating disorder part of myself. And that's kind of thing I tell you guys. Let that be a conversation with the old part of you and the current and new part of you. They don't have to not coexist. They're together and it's a conversation that they can both have. And it sounds silly and I know you guys understand it though. It's really important to have these internal conversations with yourself because it's important to acknowledge that eating disorder part of you has been such a big part of your life, and it's not to be shamed or dismissed. You can integrate it and calm yourself down and remember what your priority is, and once again, obviously commit to it, which luckily I am doing.
That's so cool. I think social media is cool too because there's so many different people that you can look up to. I remember one time I said to Ryan that I wanted to lean out.
That's her boyfriend.
That's my boyfriend. And he said, no, you're like the powerlifting
Yeah.
Adele. He was like,
Yes.
you're like the powerlifting Adele. So what he meant by that is like, although Adele is a diva among people like Beyonce, Rihanna, Madonna, like people with these amazing, like traditionally attractive and sexy bodies. She is herself, so admired, and it's not because of her body, or maybe sometimes it is because of her body, because she's just herself. It's just Adele. There are all different kinds of body types that you can look up to, and not one thing is like the way to be. So I think I also personally have to look up to many different people. I also realize like there's not one way to look amazing.
Being strong and being confident, that's what I find attractive though. It's not so much the physicality, and that's something I want to stress to you guys. Don't ever make your priority about a way you're supposed to look, because honestly, no matter how lean I've gotten, yeah, I felt the same. I've always wanted to be different than the current state that my body's in. So just remember that you are the person you should be looking up to, and you should strive to be the better version of yourself, which is probably just to be confident and happy with whatever size that you're at. What's really important is to take it slow. When you're really trying to prioritize, is you don't have to think, okay, great, now I'm just gonna make a bunch of gains and now I need to be flexible with everything that I do. It's a long process to gain that flexibility in your life. If you've lived a very regimented lifestyle, constantly restricting, constantly binging, shaming your body every single day when you wake up and you go to bed, that is not going to change overnight, and you can't be angry with yourself for not being able to change. Your brain has worked one way for so many days, for so many years, and if you are struggling, don't be mad that you're struggling. It's going to happen. And when I do, I seriously do this to myself. I go, oh Kelly, I'm really sorry that you're struggling with the way that you feel, but it's okay that you are. It's very normal. You're a human. It's going to happen.
I think the point about taking it slow is super important, because you understand your priorities and then you give yourself some time to commit to it and give yourself a timeline to gain weight, but also realize that you're not signing some sort of contract to where you have to be a certain way for a certain amount of time. You can always take things back, and you can always change your mind if you want to. You know, just take it slow. You're in no rush to change your body. It does take a lot of time, and muscle building takes a lot more time than fat gaining does. Ensure that you're doing the right things and still living a healthy lifestyle, and researching how the best way to gain muscle so that you can start building your strength and building your muscles rather than just gaining fat.
Thank you so much to Meg for talking to me and you guys about this. She is such a good example. I'm gonna put her link in the description. She's so inspirational, and she really helps me always reestablish my priorities in terms of the way I feel like I'm supposed to look, the way I'm supposed to feel. You are supposed to be able to go with the flow in your life. That is always the goal we talk about here, to be able to be compassionate with yourself every day, no matter what, whether you're having a strong day or a more difficult or a hard body image day. It's so important to always remember that it is okay to have fluctuations in your body when it comes to weight gain, weight loss. It is always more than okay to have fluctuations in the way you feel. If you're having struggles, forgive yourself, understand that it's normal, and just know that if you're having a hard day, that is when you're supposed to self-care the most, and be patient with your journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please give this video, I always talk really fast.
You're so good at it though.
Oh, thank you.
You are like so good. I need you to teach me how to be better on YouTube. She's good.
That is a huge compliment. Seeing how small my channel is coming from Meg.
You are like so good at like long, anytime I try to explain it, it's like, and my brain will go like totally off. You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, if it helped at all. Please, as always, please share this video with someone you know is struggling, because I know in my hardest times it would have been so amazing for someone to share something like this with me. It feels so good to know that I'm not alone, and that someone really understands kind of the mental health portion of it and the struggles behind it all. It's not a quick fix. It's never a 5-step program. This is just your life. You're a human, and we're all in this together, and I'm so happy to have Meg here.
Oh, you're so nice. This is gonna be our thumbnail.
Yes. Meg's gonna do my signature.
And I will see you in the next video. Oh wait, and then wink?
No, and then we go.
And I will see you in the next video.
Bye.
I'ma change your life, I'ma change it. I'ma change your life. I'ma change your life, I'ma change it. I'ma change your life.